After watching this video, you'll know what inductive, deductive and abductive reasoning are. Chapter 1. Distinctions. Inductive, deductive, and abductive reasoning are three distinct forms of logical reasoning used in problem-solving, decision-making, and scientific inquiry. Here are the key differences among them. 1. Inductive reasoning. Definition. Inductive reasoning involves drawing general conclusions or patterns from specific observations or examples. Process. In inductive reasoning, specific observations or data points are analyzed to identify trends, patterns, or regularities. Based on these observations, a general conclusion or hypothesis is formulated. Example: every time I've seen a swan, it's been white. Therefore, all swans are white. 2. Deductive reasoning. Definition. Deductive reasoning involves deriving specific conclusions from general principles or premises. Process. In deductive reasoning, a general principle or premise is established, and specific conclusions are drawn from it using logical rules or principles, such as syllogisms or mathematical proofs. Example: all men are mortal. Socrates is a man. Therefore, Socrates is mortal. 3. Abductive reasoning. Definition. Abductive reasoning involves generating plausible explanations or hypotheses to account for observed phenomena or data. Process. In abductive reasoning, observations or data are analyzed to generate possible explanations or hypotheses that best fit the available evidence. The goal is to identify the most likely or plausible explanation, even if it cannot be proven conclusively. Example: the grass is wet. It rained earlier today. Therefore, it's likely that the grass is wet because it rained. Key differences among inductive, deductive, and abductive reasoning include the direction of inference, from specific to general inductive reasoning, from general to specific deductive reasoning, and from observation to explanation in abductive reasoning, and the types of conclusions or inferences drawn. Each form of reasoning has its own strengths, limitations, and applications, and they are often used in combination to support problem-solving and decision-making processes in various domains. Chapter 2. Strengths and limitations. Here are the strengths and limitations of each reasoning method. 1. Inductive reasoning. Strengths. Allows for the discovery of new patterns, trends, or relationships based on specific observations or data. Useful for generating hypotheses or theories that can be tested through further research or experimentation. Flexible and adaptable, as new evidence can lead to revisions or updates to existing conclusions. Limitations. Conclusions are probabilistic rather than certain, as they are based on limited observations and may not always hold true in all cases. Susceptible to errors or biases if the sample size or quality of observations is inadequate. Lack of deductive certainty means that inductive conclusions are subject to revision or refutation based on new evidence. 2. Deductive reasoning. Strengths. Provides certainty and validity in logical arguments, as conclusions follow necessarily from established premises. Useful for testing the logical consistency and validity of arguments or theories. Allows for the precise prediction of outcomes based on established principles or rules. Limitations. Relies heavily on the accuracy and truthfulness of the premises, which may not always be valid or applicable in real-world situations. Limited in scope and applicability, as deductive conclusions are only as strong as the premises from which they are derived. Does not generate new knowledge or insights beyond what is already contained in the premises. 3. Abductive reasoning. Strengths. Allows for the generation of plausible explanations or hypotheses to account for observed phenomena or data. Useful for problem-solving in situations where there is uncertainty or ambiguity, as it provides a means to explore multiple potential explanations. Promotes creativity and innovation by encouraging exploration of alternative explanations or interpretations. Limitations. Conclusions are tentative and probabilistic, as abductive reasoning does not provide certainty or proof of the correctness of the explanation. Susceptible to biases or errors in judgment if alternative explanations are not adequately considered or evaluated. Difficult to assess the validity or reliability of abductive conclusions, as they are based on subjective judgments and interpretations. Overall, each reasoning method has its own strengths and limitations, and they are often used in combination to support problem-solving and decision-making processes in different contexts. By understanding the characteristics and applications of each reasoning method, individuals can effectively leverage their strengths while mitigating their limitations to arrive at sound and informed conclusions. Thanks for watching. In this channel, we introduce a variety of knowledge mainly related to technology. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a good day ahead.